My dear, can I share something with you, an incident that changed my life forever? Back in school, I was the kind of student teachers liked having in class. I always completed my homework on time, revised well in advance for exams, and consistently earned good marks. Academically, I was doing great. My school life was smooth, filled with achievements, laughter with friends, and a sense of accomplishment. But what most people didn't know was that once the school day ended, my reality changed drastically. My home life was a constant source of emotional pain. Many times, I dreaded the moment the final school bell rang because it meant I had to go back to a place that didn't feel like home. Inside those walls, there were frequent arguments, raised voices, and sometimes silence so heavy it felt like it could crush me. Often, I got blamed for things I hadn't even done. It didn't matter how good I was in school or how hard I tried to please others, I felt invisible in my own house. No one seemed to understand me, and I started to feel like I didn't belong there at all. There were nights I would cry quietly in my room, the kind of tears you don't want anyone to hear. I would question God, asking Him why He had given me such a heavy burden to carry at such a young age. I begged for answers and pleaded for the pain to stop. Sometimes, in my darkest moments, I prayed that I wouldn't have to wake up the next morning. But no matter how broken my prayers were, the next day always came. And so did the pain. Then one day, something unexpected happened. I was sitting near the small temple close to our house, just needing a moment of peace. That's when I saw it, a spiritual book, slightly worn, just lying there. I picked it up without much thought, not even knowing what I was looking for. But as I began to read, something inside me shifted. The words weren't just sentences, they felt like they were speaking directly to me. It said that if I read the book regularly and with true devotion, my wishes would be fulfilled. With nothing to lose, I made a promise to myself. I would read it every single day, with as much faith as I could muster. My home situation didn't change immediately. The arguments continued, and the blame still came my way. But something subtle began to evolve inside me. A year later, I was moved to a hostel. It was a big change. Being away from home gave me physical distance, but the emotional scars were still fresh. I still carried the trauma, but I also carried that book with me. And so I kept reading it. Day after day. Some days, the words comforted me. Other days, I didn't understand them fully, but I kept going. Slowly, I began to feel a shift. The anger that used to consume me started to fade. The constant pain I held in my heart began to lighten. I learned to forgive, not just the people who hurt me, but also myself, for holding on to so much pain for so long. Forgiveness wasn't easy. In the beginning, I couldn't even imagine being in the same room as certain people without feeling a surge of resentment. But now, I can sit with them and have a peaceful conversation. That change didn't happen overnight. It was a long, slow, and deeply personal process. But it happened, and it happened because I chose not to give up on myself. With each passing day, my life began to improve. I started seeing beauty in the small things again. I felt moments of peace that I hadn't known for years. Eventually, I began to understand the purpose behind my pain. All those nights I cried, all the times I felt lost and unwanted, those moments were leading me somewhere. They were guiding me to the divine. If those hardships hadn't happened, I wouldn't have picked up that book. I wouldn't have searched for meaning or connected with something higher. I would have remained in the dark, unaware of the light within me. Now, I can say with complete honesty, I'm grateful. Grateful for the journey, for the pain, for the healing, and for the transformation. My life is beautiful, not in spite of those experiences, but because of them. I've come to believe that everything happens for a reason, even if we don't understand it right away. Sometimes, the most painful moments are the ones that lead us to the deepest truth. My dear, please remember this: these words I share are meant to bring you comfort. They're meant to remind you that no matter how hard life gets, there is always a path to healing. If what I've shared resonates with your heart, I hope it brings you some peace. And if not, that's okay too, just let it go. But if you feel like someone you know needs to hear this, please pass it on. We never know who might be silently struggling, waiting for a sign that things can get better. My dear, the journey of love is never just about roses and smiles. It's not always easy or simple, and it's certainly not without its storms. True love, the kind that we share, demands strength, resilience, and a deep well of faith. We will face many challenges, and some days will test us more than others, but I believe in us. I believe in this connection. Even when circumstances seem to be against us, when hope feels like a distant light, we must remain brave. We must hold on to hope and keep walking together with love as our guide. Because what we have is rare, precious, and worth every effort. Sweetheart, I want you to know that I love you more than words can express. No matter what happens, I will not give up on you, on us. I know things are difficult right now. It feels like everything is standing in our way, but I also carry a quiet faith that things will change for the better. I trust that one day, everyone around us, including my parents, will come to understand and accept this bond we share. They may not see it yet, but love like ours is hard to ignore forever. My parents haven't given their blessing yet, and that hurts, but I haven't lost hope. I believe that once they see how deeply we care for each other, how truly happy we make one another, their hearts will soften. Some of my friends have even suggested that we go ahead and get married, regardless of what my parents think. But deep down, I know that's not the path I want for us. I don't want to begin our journey as husband and wife without their blessings. Every parent has dreams for their child's marriage, visions of a joyful day filled with pride, blessings, and unconditional love. I don't want to take that away from them. And more importantly, I don't want to put you in a position where you may not receive the love, warmth, and respect that you deserve from my family. If I go against them now, I fear that you may be viewed through the lens of rebellion and misunderstanding, not love and acceptance. And that's not what I want for you, not ever. You deserve to be embraced by my family, to be welcomed with open arms and genuine love. I want them to care for you, to adore you, even more than they care for me. I want you to walk into our home not as someone who had to fight for her place, but as someone who was celebrated, cherished, and fully accepted. That's the life I envision for us. That's the future I am patiently fighting for. I know it's hard to wait, and I know the uncertainty can be painful. But my love, if we can hold on a little longer, if we can continue to walk this path together with patience and understanding, I truly believe that everything will fall into place. After all, at the core of every parent's heart is the desire to see their child happy. I just need to show them that my happiness is in you, that you are the light that brings meaning to my life. So please, don't be discouraged. We will be together, and we will have our happily ever after. I don't want you to worry about anything else. I promise to keep trying, to keep speaking from the heart, until the day my parents see what I see in you, everything. Because if it's not you, then it will never be anyone else. My heart has chosen you, and it will keep choosing you, every single day, until my last breath. You are the one who rules my heart, the one who brings joy to my soul. I have never loved anyone the way I love you. You are my biggest happiness, my deepest desire, my truest companion. And even when things feel overwhelming, just knowing you're by my side gives me the strength to keep going. If you stand with me, If you continue to be my source of strength, I know we can overcome anything that life throws at us. Please, be my anchor when I falter. Be the voice that reminds me why we're fighting for this. Your support and your faith in me mean more than you'll ever know. And always remember, I am yours, completely, unapologetically, and eternally yours. These words come straight from my heart, and I hope they bring a smile to your face, even if just for a moment. If they resonate with you, carry them close. And if they don't, feel free to set them aside. But if you know someone who might need to hear these words, someone who's struggling with love or waiting for acceptance, please share this with them. Sometimes, just knowing that someone else understands can bring healing. Thank you for being you, so beautifully, so courageously, so wonderfully you. I love you. Always.